Okay, we got it. I swear, I'm usually more professional than this.
Oh, you're good.
Okay, hey, we're PSR. We're here with Waves Crashing. We're right in front of Anthem Coffee, which includes.
I'm Josh.
I'm Bryce.
I'm Zach.
And you guys just had a new release, right?
Yep.
EP, album, single.
Yeah, album called EFFECTION,
Mm-hmm.
and it came out like 10 days ago.
And what were like your guys' inspirations for the album?
There's a lot of 80s, 90s
Mm-hmm.
alternative stuff, new wave, dream pop, shoegaze, grunge, alternative rock. Yeah,
Any
post punk.
specific like artists at all for you guys, or
Yeah,
more?
we vary. We have differences there.
if you want to pass it around,
Yeah. You can go first. Go ahead.
I mean, drum wise, I was really listening to Relationship of Command by At the Drive-In. I get a lot of inspiration from them. I was listening to Childish Gambino's Awaken My Love for some of it. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of just all over. Like, I listen to a lot of like math rock. I listen to a lot of hip hop. I listen to a lot of metal. I listen to a lot of just everything. And I just kind of find beats that are kind of funky or groovy and that I stick into a memory bank. And then when they come up with ideas, I usually try and see if any of those fit. Kind of just, I wouldn't say like I'm really biting on anybody's style necessarily, but I'm repurposing it is how I'm going to put it. So
yeah. I mean, what was that? What was that quote? It was like, "Good artists take inspiration, great artists steal," or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, but I always think that like most art is just repurposed, from a different from a different lens. So
Yeah,
I mean,
the human experience is always shared, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you borrow stuff and you make it your own. I mean, that's what everyone's been doing since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
So, or else there wouldn't be the things we have today. But I like a lot of 80s, like new wave. I like post punk. I like New Order. I love a lot. I love the 90s Smashing Pumpkins. That was big for me. Later in the years, I like all the newer shoegaze bands that have come out of like Chicago, Philly, and Austin, Texas, stuff like that. Noisy, grungy guitars, a lot of reverb, stuff like that.
Yeah, for me, I came into the process pretty late for EFFECTION, but I'm actually like just a couple months into the band. But these guys are great, and but I take a lot of my musical inspiration from like the early 2000s, like alternative rock, pop punk, emo. Lately, it's been like Dayseeker, Sleep Token. There's something else lately, but there's just lots of good stuff going. Oh, for bass, like specifically, I like a lot of stuff from Conditions. That was like 2010s ish, but yeah, lots of stuff like that.
And your guys like favorite artists like outside of your inspiration, like just like people. Yeah, you just enjoy. You don't necessarily take inspiration from them.
That's a good question.
Like them.
Yeah. There's like some pop stuff like Lady Gaga.
Mm-hmm.
I've always loved her, but I don't really pull anything from there.
Yeah.
Or like, it's a really good question.
I mean, for me, it's like one of my all-time favorites since I was a little kid. First band I ever got into was Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. That's always been favorite. I mean, outside of that, it's. I mean, lately something new. I mean, I really like Sleep Token a lot. I really like 10-5-6, 1-5-6 Silence, Callous Cowboys. Like that's all like on that much heavier side of things. But lately I've also been grown like to more be fond of like the pop music. Like Lady Gaga's cool, but like for me, it's like Charlie XCX. Like I fucking love what she's doing. Like I think it's so awesome.
Yeah.
Like I love not quite the hyper pop stuff, but like I love that energetic like pop music.
As right EDM, is that what that's called? Or is that?
I mean, she might do a little bit of EDM, but like she, yeah, it's like the best way I can describe it is like it's almost like hyper pop. But like she was kind of, it was right after oh man, what's her name? It was a woman who inspired her to do a lot of what she super famous lady. But anyway, yeah, she kind of does her own thing, but she took it to a next level, and it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Got anything?
Yeah, let's see. Porter Robinson, I'd say. You know, he does electronic stuff. He's been doing that for a while, and I don't really. I'd love to make music like that, but I think I don't pull quite as much inspiration from that, and maybe like more of like the hardcore stuff from like the early 2000s. Like I love Silverstein, but I don't really play like that. So, but man, I mean, my wife shows me a lot of music, like Poppy lately, and Bring Me to Horizon has been putting out some cool stuff. So she's also the one that put me on to Sleep Token, and I don't play like that either.
Oh wait, King Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar, yeah.
Kendrick Lamar, like right
He's
there.
been-
That's probably like my favorite musical act the last like 10 years.
Honestly, that's reasonable. Yeah, he's been getting not way big. He's always been big, but he's like been more in the public light lately. And I think it's good. I think he's a great lyricist.
I would say like Frank Sinatra too.
Yeah,
Something like I've always liked, but never
Frank
really
Sinatra?
was like
I
an
love Frank
influence.
Sinatra.
Yeah.
I was just looking at one of his albums. We were just at Atomic Genius. Shout out to them. They're great. But yeah, we were just there. They had a Frank Sinatra thing. Actually, that reminds me, like lyric wise, inspirations there.
Walt Whitman,
Like what?
Yeah,
like
poetry.
poetry.
Yeah.
Just like a lot of stuff like that. Like, or is it like
Well, yeah,
Any
I mean,
specific poets,
I
or-
always liked his poetry because it's always like focused on his surroundings and nature and like elements beyond
yeah?
like everyday. Just like I don't know, he was a real good way of like tying nature into life,
Mm-hmm.
and I always appreciated that.
And sorry, that was who? What?
Walt Whitman,
Walt Whitman?
yeah, he's a poet.
Long time ago.
Yeah,
I'm surprised I haven't heard of him. I'm like really
He's, like,
into
yeah,
poetry. I'm like,
famous poet.
wow, okay, I'll check him out. Yeah, no. When it comes to your guys' lyrics, like, yeah, what themes are you usually like using, like in the new album?
Oh yeah,
specifically?
just like life stuff, up and down, anxiety, love, loss, the weight of the world, the things that have been going on around us. You know, daily struggles.
Yeah,
You know, stuff that we all deal with, right? At
Mhm.
different degrees, of course. But you know, one song could be about love, the other one could be about the election, the other one could be about anxiety and struggling to focus. The other one could be, you know, about loss. I mean, and yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
all the kind of shit we deal with, right?
and like when it's come to performing, you guys, I just saw you guys perform last weekend. How has the like local scene been for you guys, and what like scene are you primarily part of when it comes to performing?
I'd say it's a little spread out. Like, you know, we play in Seattle a fair amount, and
Mhm.
we're connected with a lot of bands up there, and we know a lot of good people up there.
Yeah.
Zach and I live in Olympia,
Mhm.
although we don't play down there that much because we just kind of like try to be smart about not playing somewhere too much.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
And then Bryce is up here, so he's close to Seattle. The band did start in Tacoma. I lived in Tacoma first.
Yeah.
And then it evolved over the years there. But like, I don't know. I don't think we are tied to one scene. It's definitely like a Pacific Northwest alternative scene. Like we have a lot of connections between here and Portland.
Yeah.
With
Farther now too.
Yeah, with shoegaze. And we know a lot of people in that like community. And DKFM is an online radio company that's like plays all that kind of music. They've been really helpful. They've been really supportive of us.
Yeah. I don't know if we can hear that train.
It's DKFM.com, DECAYFM.com, but they're also like their letters are DKFM.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They'll find them. We'll like probably link
Yeah.
them in the video. Yeah.
They're- so it's like this big community of that genre
Yeah.
online.
And when it comes to performing in certain places, what is your guys' like favorite venue to perform at? Like,
I like the Sunset Tavern in Seattle by far.
Sons. I mean, I've only played there. We played there. I played there once.
Yeah, just one time.
Yeah, and it was definitely cool. Like I've never like the backstage area. Like it was like stepping into a different era almost. But for me, I love playing the Spanish Ballroom. I thought we played there twice, right? Yeah, and like both times, like just sounds so good there.
It's a cool building.
Yeah, love McMinimans. It's just a cool building to hang out in. But yeah,
yeah, I've heard great things about Spanish Ballroom.
It's beautiful. It's
Carter
massive
goes
now.
there quite a bit. I have not gone there, and
Oh,
I haven't went, and I really want to.
any excuse you have to find to go, just go. Doesn't matter what show it is, just go.
Yeah,
It's a cool place. It's a cool place.
Mhm.
I think like anywhere that has like a good room, good sound,
Mhm.
on stage and for the audience, and then place to store your gear and a place to have a green room,
Mhm.
like is always going to be helpful to an artist. Any
Yeah.
place where you like?
I mean, in the last year, shows have been like kind of sparse for me until I joined up with Waves Crashing. But
Any in the past from your other bands
I,
like that?
I did get to play Spanish Ballroom. I agree that place is awesome.
Mhm.
While back, I played stuff like El Corazon, Studio 7 before that closed. But like the sound is great. But I agree, like anywhere that has like a great green room or like somewhere to store your stuff that's not super close to the door. I mean, I'm just there to have fun, play music, listen to the other bands. So like, it could feasibly be anywhere that has a good sound system, outside, inside, whatever.
Yeah, makes sense. And do you guys? You mentioned other bands, right? Like, are any of you guys actively in other bands? Any solo projects you guys have, or?
I do like to write some stuff for myself. I'm also in a band right now called The City Comes Alive, and then I kind of just like to play, like
I think
mainly-
I've heard of them.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I
Yeah.
might follow them actually on one of my accounts.
from Olympia.
I'm not- Yeah, probably then. Yeah.
And then it's a big dog. Let's see. Waves Crashing is my main
Mhm.
band, but I love trying to record. I love playing music with other people, and I feel like the more I do that, the more I learn. So, mainly Waves Crashing. City Comes Alive.
Either of you guys?
I don't.
No.
No, I put all my energy into this band.
Yeah, I think both can definitely be good when it comes to focusing your energies, right? It's whatever makes you guys happy.
I mean, it's everyone's different. It's whatever your capacity,
And liking all my questions here. I feel like I have more that I usually ask.
Well, that's good. You can edit it out.
Do you guys have anything you want to talk about the album?
Yeah, it was mixed by Josh Charette, who is kind of like our engineer, co-producer, and who was in the band prior to Zach.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing bass and synthesizer, so he's a big part of the album too. We had Andrea from Fox Studios master it. He's in a cool band called Pain of Vain. And they have an album that came out like 6 months ago. It's really good. Well, who else?
I'd say Moa, I guess.
Yeah, and Moa, which is another awesome band from Seattle. It's doing really well. We had Beatrix Sky do vocals on Parts of Me and on the lo-fi version, which we feel like really helped lift the song, especially in the chorus. It's like our first vinyl with Neon Psy, which is our record label with Chris in Seattle. So that's fun too. He partnered with us on the vinyl, and we're doing the cassette tapes with Pleasure Tapes down in Oregon.
Yeah. And where can we find the album?
Go to Bandcamp, wavescrashing.bandcamp.com, and we have a pre-order up for the next batch of vinyl because we're running out of the other ones. And but we still have CDs, cassettes, and obviously you can buy the digital. Or Spotify, whatever you listen to, it's going to be there.
Are those on any stores at all? Any record shops or
Atomic Genius?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
for sure. We're going to work on that. We usually drop off some at the Rainy Day and Lantern Records in Olympia.
Yeah.
But we'll probably just stick to the small towns for the record shops.
Makes sense. I think it's always good to stay local, right? I think it definitely.
I mean, I don't want to speak. I don't want to speak for the whole band, but I got to say that like Atomic Genius has been super, super helpful, and Beth is so great. And honestly, like it was just a miracle that we found her in her shop. So thank you to her.
Yeah,
because of her, our album's gotten in other people's hands that probably would never known about it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, hell, that's the reason we have this interview, right? I saw you guys last weekend.
Yeah.
Me and Carter was trying to take us to the show. we were picking up my girlfriend who also lives around the area, right? So we like walked to her house. We're like, okay, we're gonna walk, and we were like 15 minutes late. We thought we missed it, and then we came, and it was really good. And I was like, shit, I gotta interview these guys. And then I asked you guys, and now we're here. And now we're here. Thank you, Genius.
We're usually always a little bit late.
Mhm.
That's probably my fault mostly, but hey, it's worth it.
I mean,
Not today.
yeah, you were the first one. I mean, we're usually we try to be on time. We do.
Yeah, you're
And
usually
sometimes we're on
early.
time. Sometimes we're too early. Sometimes we're too late.
I don't think you
Never
have a time problem.
never quite consistent. It's
I've got really bad like ADD, so it's like I time is just a concept. Time is for me, it's just like a concept that like I sometimes pay attention to and sometimes lose all track of time. So like I don't know what time of day it is ever.
that was earlier. We were talking about I didn't even know what day it was today.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's been bad. Yeah.
So what else you got?
Shit. Where can we find you guys? Like you guys, Instagram, Spotify, right? You guys
Yeah,
talk about
Instagram's
Spotify?
We Are Waves Crashing. That's our handle there.
Mhm.
Probably on there the most. We're also on Blue Sky.
I gotta get Blue Sky.
What's that?
I gotta get Blue Sky. Is it what kind of media is that?
It's like it's Twitter. Yeah, it's
just like
it's the folks that left Twitter
oh
and started their own thing.
Mhm.
Honestly, I don't know if it's really taking off.
Is it not? I mean, we'll make it a thing. If
Yeah.
you're in the local scene, we'll have a whole thing. PSR will get a Blue Sky. Carter, if you want to do that one, make her a Blue Sky. That'd be great.
But
Yeah.
I'm
What?
not really a Twitter format kind of person though either.
Does Grit City Punk have a? Okay. Well, apparently our friends over at Grit City Punk. I'll talk to them if you guys want to do some other long form. They do like podcasts. It's our buddy Jeremy.
Cool.
Really great stuff. He definitely is more prepared than I am when it comes to that.
It's been great.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll say our next show is next Saturday,
Mhm.
right? In
Where?
Everett at the Lucky
Everett.
Dime,
nice.
and then our next local show would be Seattle on May 31st
Where
at
at?
El Corazon.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, you guys got. Wait, no, I don't know if I asked any. Like, what's your favorite band to perform with?
Well, that weekend we're playing 3 shows at Ringo Death Star, which is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So they're coming up from Austin to do their tour.
Oh shit. Okay, Boston.
And we're playing the Pacific Northwest leg with them.
Mhm.
So I'm pretty excited about that because I love them.
Personally, 10 Million Lights. I love the guys in 10 Million Lights. Like they're just great guys. I love their music, but they're also just a lot of fun to hang out with. Oh, they're from Portland.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. And if you ever happen to run into them, just approach them, say hi. They're very nice. Tell them that Josh sent them.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's
Okay.
we've talked to Portland bands. They're all really nice. I've never
Yeah,
had a
there's
bad
a lot of good
experience with
ones
a
down
Portland
there.
band. Yeah.
Any for you?
I mean, again, it's been a bit, but like Winmore, I think they're from between Olympia, Puyallup, lots of friends in there.
Yeah.
Anyone that I've met, pretty much, like it's always a good time to kind of reconnect with people. Thanks for holding that. But it's yeah, you get to meet a lot of people that you wouldn't normally meet otherwise, and kind of every time you play a show with a band again, it's kind of like you get to know people a little bit better, or maybe reconnect with people you haven't seen in years. Like we played with Spacer at the album release show, and I used to work with one of their guitar players, so it's kind of cool to just run into people in the wild,
Yeah.
see them outside of work and all that. So.
It's a small world. I've been to venues. I've seen people at folk punk shows, and I go to an emo show. I see them. Yeah. I think it's a nice tight knit scene we have over here in the PNW.
Because like it stretches from like, it's a big scene, so it stretches from like I feel like Olympia through Tacoma up to Seattle, and then even though it's a big distance, like it's the same people.
Yeah, I mean that's why we're called the Puget Scene Report, right? I mean that's because of that reason, right? It's
Portland too.
Yeah, and it goes down to Portland too. I mean, maybe we can stretch down to Portland if we have the time, but again, we're based here in Puyallup, so maybe not. But also we've gone up to Linwood, right? We extend here like from Olympia to Linwood is kind of our range.
Yeah.
Yeah, some cool
At the
bands in
moment.
Bellingham too.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bellingham.
If you guys haven't already, like
Mhm.
definitely go check out Bellingham because like there is a
Yeah.
lot of excitement out there, and
Mhm.
there's a lot of there's a lot of cool. I'm sure there's more than one cool
Yeah.
venue there because that's what I've been told. But I've only been to one,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
go check them out.
I've heard. Yeah, I've actually been talking with some Bellingham bands. They were just down here and at Railroad Tacoma.
With Full Color Dream.
No, it was Moon Mother.
I don't know.
Familiar with Moon Mother? They're actually. I think you guys would like them. They're pretty hardcore, but they also mix like a lot of like techie stuff. They have like a guitar in there. Really cool stuff, right?
Nice.
But yeah, they were talking about it. They were saying it's a lot of house shows. Is
okay.
like kind of like where
That makes sense with
they
the
see
university
stuff.
up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's they were talking like some people had some nice things to say about the scene, like and how people are in crowds. Some people did not. There were definitely like it's
have those people that kind of like maybe ruin it for everybody else.
yeah, exactly.
Don't get it.
A lot of them, yeah, they were talking about it's a bunch of college kids who just want to have some fun, and how they address that is a whole other thing. And it depends on the college kid, but
Especially if you're not from here. If you're not from the area and you don't know how the people that are from here or have been here for a long time are like on a personal level, I mean, it's it's easy to be iced out kind of, and it's easy to kind of do the wrong thing. So it's like I'm not saying it's like hard to break into like groups or anything like that, but it's not. You can't just go
Certain
buck
things
wild
are
and then
hard
expect
to get
everyone's
used to.
gonna want to hang out with you.
yeah, I mean, I was just talking about that. We just had an interview with a local rapper, Dre Young. He was talking about the local rock, metal, punk scene. It's it's different, right? It's different.
It can be.
Yeah, with all that, because for him, he was talking about how he's used to the rap scene, and then you come here and it's a whole other vibe. I would say we're a little bit more welcoming.
Yeah,
I think when it comes to that.
I feel like, I mean, one second.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I've heard this before about, I was watching a documentary, I think about like the Ramones or something like that, but like they were saying how like they were from New York and then they came over to the Pacific Northwest and they saw that bands were like helping each other out and like they were like, oh man, like in New York, we would never do that. Like it's cutthroat. It's like every man for himself, but like really here, it's like if you're cool and if you have good music or at least you're just like a good person that people are interested in, it's very supportive. It's like it feels very welcoming, but it feels like it's not just like there's like a small bar that you got to get over, but like it has been very welcoming and very supportive, and it's been a great experience.
Yeah, I think so as well. Do you guys have anything else you want to?
I thought I would echo Bryce's comments that on the East Coast where I started, it's definitely way more competitive, and bands are not willing to help you as much, or promoters, or DJs, or whatever the curators, whatever the case may be. I feel like if you're out here and you make decent music, and you work hard, and you're respectable and you're kind, people are going to open their door.
Yeah,
there's always going to be a natural competition because that's who we are as humans. But kudos to the people that have helped us along the way.
I mean, if you guys want to like give them some shout outs, like talk about people.
New Age Healers. Always been great friends and helped us out and very generous. Like Bryce said, 10 Million Lights. I love playing with them. Great people.
There's been a lot.
There's a lot. And Naked Society.
Like a lot
of newer
people,
band from Seattle.
People, venues. Like it's not just musicians either.
Yeah. That's true. It's a lot of venues here. Like you're dealing with a talent buyer or a sound person or something, and they're all like, for the most part, they're all really nice and kind. And I gigged a lot in Colorado when I lived there too, and New Jersey, New York, and Philly, and that was hard to come by over there. So people, this place is a good place to be.
I 100% agree.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I think is that it? Is anything else you guys?
Any other shout outs?
Any shout outs?
I mean, I could go all day. So
Blue Cocoon.
Mm-hmm.
Another good one from Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Photoform, another good one from Seattle. On the spot here, I'm sure I'm forgetting, but we got a lot of cool people in our corner, and vice versa, we're in their corner. So.
Yeah, exactly. I think that I think that's great that we have a family dynamic with the scene. I think that's a lot what it is. That's how I describe it. It's it's a huge.
Well, if you do that, you build better shows.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so because it's. I go to shows, right, and it's most every band doesn't have anything bad to say. There have definitely been some bands. I'm not gonna exactly say.
You have
I mean,
drama here and there.
yeah, like definitely, especially Real or Tacoma. I love them. There have been some bands that have disrespected them, and I've heard about that. No, I mean a band from what I've heard, and then I've like heard some there's like been people at shows. It's a great scene, but then you have some people who don't get that we're all nice to each other and we should be kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, you might go punch someone in the face in a mosh pit, but you're still buddies at the end of the
We
day.
never have that problem.
Yeah, but like
No mosh pits.
the only thing I've heard is just like it's a band who's disbanded now. I'm not going to say their name, but
Yeah.
They know who they are. They've been pretty disrespectful to spaces like that, especially when it comes to punks and a lot of it. I think what a lot of people like fail to realize is, it's punk is still kind, right? I don't know if you guys go to punk shows.
I used to growing up.
I mean, generally, like if you fall down in the mosh pit, someone will pick you up.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't think I've ever went to a mosh pit where people aren't getting picked up.
Yeah.
Right. And when it comes to pit etiquette, oh my god, I've seen so many things. Right. You're in a pit, and then there are people who don't get what a pit is, and then they like get mad at you.
Yeah.
I've had people get mad at me because I'm like moshing in a pit, and they're like, "What are
It's
you
a
doing
large-
to him?" It's like,
It's a large crowds usually.
Yeah,
where the people
it
are not on the
is.
same page.
exactly.
Like when you see the crowd killers, it's like I'm like, hey, the music might be cool, but like I don't want to go and get punched in the face or
You'll-
kicked or something like
You'll
that.
Yeah,
usually
exactly.
see them if you're outside. I never go in a pit, so I'm watching from the outside. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's more entertaining usually than the band. Is that you'll see a guy coming right off he's like gunning for the mosh pit, and you're like,
Mhm.
that guy's bad news.
Yeah.
He's like going in there to like do some damage.
Mhm. I mean, I think there's definitely environments for that too, right? Because if you go to a hardcore show, that's usually expected.
Yeah.
But if you're going to like an indie show, no one's gonna be like, yeah, there's a cover of Radiohead. I'm gonna punch this
Yeah.
guy in the face right
Yeah,
now.
maybe you get a crowd surfer.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Have I seen that? No,
I've-
there's a guy who
I've
like
some,
jumped
like,
off the stage.
upper tempo indie rock stuff. I've seen the crowd surfers.
Yeah.
But no, not the moshing. Yeah.
No, it's but like when it comes to diversity like that, right? It's tight knit, but it's so diverse, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I go to shows and it's so many different genres. Yeah, the one I just went to Real Art, there was hardcore, there was
Home mix bill.
there was like indie rock, there was all that. I've seen new metal and indie rock at the same thing, right? It's super great stuff.
The last time we played there was with Winmore a couple years ago,
Yeah, Winmore.
Oh,
Yeah.
and your band.
The
Yeah.
other band. Yeah.
yeah.
So
I mean, definitely come back to Real Art Tacoma. That's where I'm at most of the time.
yeah,
I'd
we're
love to
not
see
we're
you
not
guys
opposed to it. We just a
Yeah.
lot of times you gotta offer the right bill or the time, the day.
Yeah,
cut
exactly,
schedules, all that stuff.
Mhm.
It's got all lined up.
But yeah, okay. I think we're good there. Right?
Okay.
I don't want to go on another tangent and talk your guys' ears off. But yeah, it's been PG Scene Report. Yep. There we go.